generation Texans, so if you're looking for a little bit of history or maybe some great places to eat while you're here, come see me, and I can direct you in the best ways. We've got the world's greatest barbecue just a couple blocks away, a short walk, or maybe a quick Uber ride if you're not used to the Houston heat and humidity yet. This is our first time with Nam Wolf, and we're already realizing what an incredible, phenomenal organization it is, and we're just so happy to be here this week sharing the events with you. Innovative Legal Solutions, based here in Houston, just a few blocks away. It was founded in 1992 by Alicia Smith, actually 24 years ago this month. Alicia went to court reporting school in Austin. She is a certified legal video specialist and started the first female-owned legal video company in Houston. Alicia was appointed to the Court Reporters Certification Board Task Force in 2008. She serves on the Women's Business Enterprise Alliance Board here in Houston locally, the Greater Houston Women's Chamber of Commerce, is a member of the Entrepreneurs Organization, and serves on several charity boards. Needless to say, Alicia stays busy. She's back here catching her breath now because she hosted the Chamber of Commerce luncheon that was here today on the second floor. So catching up a little bit. Innovative works with law firms and corporate counsel providing our services, including but not limited to court reporting, process service, record retrieval, copying and scanning, electronic data discovery, all those services that carry you from the beginning to end of your cases. Take care of it all. We feel this sets us apart from our competition because you can work with one company, one representative for all your production needs. Corporations look to us to partner as a complete service company, not only to provide our services to their in-house counsel, but also to be a partner with your outside counsel law firms. This allows you to work with one company to establish a preferred pricing agreement where you know what to expect with all projects. What also sets us apart is our professional customer service and dedication to accuracy and detail. I have been providing exceptional customer service here in Houston, throughout Texas, and the U.S. in this industry for 26 years. I know what to expect, and I know how to get the job done in a crunch. I want to introduce to you now Alan O'Neill. He's also been in the industry for over 25 years. Alan is a general manager for our e-discovery program and just has a couple brief comments to share with you all. Alan?
Thank you, Frank. And I want to just say, if you do want to know of a good barbecue place, you can tell we both eat some barbecue ourselves. So we'll get you there without Uber or maybe with one of us. So we want to thank you for this opportunity. And Innovative, and our goal is to come alongside you and partner with you as business professionals. We understand that you're accumulating data every day, day in, day out. We also understand the budget constraints that come along with that. There's data security that you have challenges with, the volumes of data, the types of data, and the inadequate software as well. So with Innovative, we can help determine the most efficient and strategic way to work with your data. So one of the ways, which is a very traditional method that happens every single day, in being able to convert files into a TIFF image or PDF image, which is typically 9 times out of 10 the most usable format, making it searchable, okay? And so that can happen, not a problem, still create load files for that. But now, one of the next methods that Innovative that we really are excited about and that we've been able to provide to our customers is the e-discovery automated service. So 3 simple steps that Innovative can help you with. 1, you can upload your data. 2, you'll be able to have automated processing. And 3, review and produce. With the uploading, basically you're coming to your desk. You don't even have to really call us. You can go to our website, set up your database, point to your data, click submit, it starts uploading, we start rendering to an HTML. You walk away. You'll get a series of emails letting you know where we're at in the process, and then we'll let you know when you're able to go straight to work. So in that automated process, after that's done, you'll be able to hit right into the review and produce, allowing you to create as many tags as you want, unlimited fields, unlimited users, and then be able to produce your documents, reviewing everything in a native format, then deciding what is relevant to your case and producing that information on. We thank you for your time and we look forward to doing some business with you. Thank you.
Good afternoon, everybody. We only have one microphone up here, so we're just going to try to talk loud. My name is Cheryl Axelrod. I'm a lawyer at Blackwell Burke in Minneapolis, Minnesota. It's a pleasure to be in this room with as many in-house counsel as there are, and to hear from our distinguished panelists today. I'm going to start by introducing Barbara and Mel, and then Cheryl Axelrod will introduce the remaining panelists, and we'll launch right into the discussion. And it's our hope that over the course of the discussion that each of you will participate. We want to hear your stories, how you've engaged Dan Wolf law firms, brought them into your legal departments, and how you continue to grow those relationships. Barbara Stevens is a vice president and corporate counsel at Prudential Financial. She supervises a team of lawyers who negotiate strategic enterprise-wide vendor contracts for Prudential and manages vendor-related litigation. The team that Barbara supervises has negotiated multi-million-dollar outsourcing arrangements for Prudential and has resolved significant disputes impacting Prudential's domestic and global businesses. Prior to joining Prudential, Barbara spent 5 years practicing banking law as corporate counsel at the Metropolitan Life Insurance Company of New York City. She's a graduate of NYU Law School and a frequent speaker on technology and business law issues. She is passionate about diversity and inclusion, been a longtime member of NAMWF, has been a Prudential relationship manager for NAMWF since 2005. Barbara, thank you very much for being with us. Look forward to hearing from you. Mel is with Wells Fargo and Company. He is an experienced legal and real estate professional with a history of civic and community involvement. Mel serves as senior counsel at Wells Fargo. Currently is responsible for providing legal advice, transaction negotiation and documentation, and coordination and oversight of external legal services. Mel is a graduate of Harvard Law School, earned his master's in business from Harvard, also holds a Bachelor in Science from Hampton Institute, formerly Hampton University. Mel is actively involved in the State Bar of Georgia and the Lawyer Foundation of Georgia. He is currently the NAMWF Advisory Council member and has been involved as an Advisory Council member and serves as the Advisory Council liaison for all of the NAMWF PACs. Thanks, Mel, for being with us.
Hi, I'm Cheryl Axelrod, and Jerry and I are going to introduce each other. Thank you all for coming, and thanks very much to each of our panelists and to Jerry for joining me in this endeavor. It's an exceptional panel, and I could go really on and on about everyone's qualifications and all the amazing work that they've done. But I'm just going to give you a little snapshot into each person that I introduced. So Raven Moore is Senior Litigation Counsel at McDonald's. She's at the end of the table, out of Chicago. She handles litigation, employment, intellectual property, real estate, and franchising. She's the chairperson of the Legal Department Diversity Committee and was a partner for 9 years at Reed Smith. She's a board member of the Resolution Systems Institute, which is a nonprofit dedicated to strengthening justice through enhancing court ADR systems. Among the interesting things that she has done, she's done pro bono work in civic matters with the National Immigrant Justice Center. And in particular, she worked on an asylum case that she's been handling since 2005. Her client was an Ethiopian woman who was captured by the government and tortured for her role as being a member of a political opposition group, thanks Joel, and was alleged by the United States government to be a terrorist and was thus barred from seeking asylum here. So just incredible work by Raven. She graduated from Tulane Law School and was the managing editor. Can you all hear me? No? Okay, sorry. Was the managing editor of Tulane Law Review, and undergrad she went to the University of Dayton, has a BA in communication management, and was the president of her student bar association. Next person I'm going to introduce, just a second, is Barry Parsons. Thank you. He's the Associate General Counsel of Freddie Mac in McLean, Virginia. He handles general litigation and investigations, commercial antitrust, intellectual property, insurance, fraud, housing discrimination, securities, financial industry, distressed counterparty, restructuring, and employment are all under the umbrella of what he does. He's a member of the Legal Division's Diversity and Inclusion Council and Pro Bono Council. Again, a theme that you're going to hear through our panelists is their work in this space. 2-year co-chair of Freddie Mac's company-wide Lambda Employee Network. He's won the General Counsel's Impact Award and was unanimously selected to be one of Freddie Mac's first 2 fellows in the Leadership Council on Legal Diversity, which many of us know is another great group dedicated to diversity and inclusion. He came from Kroll and Mooring, which is a global law firm that my partner Lisa Savitt worked in, and they actually worked together there, which I did not know, by the way.
Until last night?
Yeah, until last night. That was pretty neat. He works in the, he served in Kroll Mooring in their diversity and diversity scholarship committees. He's the recipient of that firm's citizenship and pro bono awards. And he's also active in the National LGBT Bar Association. In fact, he served on the board of directors from 2010 to 2015. Quick quote from Barry on why diversity is a personal priority. Sorry, but I love this kind of stuff, and I just feel like it gives you a little insight into who our panelists are by bringing this kind of thing up. This is a quote: "Diversity is part of who I am," from Barry. "I'm sure that part of it is the fact that I'm gay and I've been subject to discrimination. I have 3 kids who are Asian and I'm Caucasian, so I've dealt with interracial issues. I've had many friends and roommates of different races, and I've seen them discriminated against, and I've always been moved by these stories. I was quickly placed on a diversity committee when I worked at Kroll and Mooring, and my interest in these issues only grew over the 14 years I was there. They continue to grow today." So I just thought that was a great insight into Barry and why he does the work he does. He came from George Mason Law School, graduated in the top 10% of his class, won the American Jurisprudence Award in Evidence, was the editor-in-chief of the George Mason Law Review, and came from American University as an undergraduate. American, where he got his MBA, and King's College, where he got his graduate degree in economics, his undergraduate degree. Same field I studied as an undergrad. And last, just to make sure, yes, Mike Camerata. Mike was asked last to join this panel, not because he's not amazing. I'm bringing this up because he jumped on board when we needed someone. Shannon Fuller unfortunately wasn't able to make this meeting, which is a real shame because she's going to be getting an award, and she would love to be here. And so we had an empty space, and we were looking for somebody terrific to fill it. And I mean, like that, said yes, jumped up, and has been amazing. He's absolutely terrific, and everything I've ever asked of Mike for this panel, he's agreed to do. He's the managing director and senior director of legal services at Accenture in Hartford, Connecticut. He supervises a team of lawyers that facilitate ease of doing business and deal shaping and negotiations with clients in North America. He's also the legal department's lead for diversity and inclusion throughout North America. His responsibilities include supervising and sometimes participating in the drafting of technology and business process licensing, outsourcing, reseller, confidentiality, and other types of agreements. He was featured in a corporate counsel piece recognizing the in-house counsel team at Accenture as a finalist for the best legal department. And so I also have a little quote on Mike from his work in the diversity space. This is a quote: "The company has committed 5% of its outside counsel spending to minority and women-owned law firms, and developed an online survey to monitor the diversity efforts of firms on its preferred provider list. It also uses a state-of-the-art software program to track legal spending by firm, country, matter, and business unit on a monthly basis. As a result, 75% of its outside counsel budget is spent on just 25 firms worldwide." Amazing. So he's actively involved in diversity at all levels in the company. And prior to joining Accenture, he held various positions at IBM, and he's a good friend of Joel. They worked together both at IBM and Accenture. Some of you may know, many of you may know, that Joel came from Accenture before becoming our CEO. He's volunteered with various charitable groups, including the Mary Knoll Lay Missioners, MKLM, in El Salvador, Bangladesh, and Nepal, and he's going to Bolivia soon. So we've been talking about the fact that I speak Spanish, and he's interested in learning Spanish. He came from St. John's University School of Law. He was the editor and published member of the St. John's Law Review. He was a St. Thomas More Scholar, and his undergraduate work was at St. John's University, where he got a BA in History and Political Science. So before we introduce ourselves, can we give a round of applause for
I could go on and on about Cheryl, but I'll just say a couple of things so that all of you get to hear about some of the great things that Cheryl's done over the course of her career. Cheryl is the owner and founder of the Axelrod Law Firm, a 4-attorney law firm in Philadelphia. She, before founding her law firm, worked at Blank & Rome. Cheryl provides strategic, results-driven advice and representation to companies concerning their employment, bodily injury, commercial and appellate litigation matters. She is first and foremost a trial lawyer and has been recognized as a super lawyer, recognized as one of the top 100 lawyers in the state of Pennsylvania. She is a owner of a Name Wolf law firm, which is why she's here. She is the co-chair of the organization's advocacy committee, which advocates for the greater inclusion of minority and women-owned law firms across the country. In 2014, Cheryl was one of only 3 people appointed by the president of the ABA to the ABA's Gender Equity Task Force from among many hundreds of applications. Ms. Cheryl is the co-founder of the Fearless Women's Network, a nonprofit trade group of exceptional women lawyers in Greater Philadelphia who are working to shatter glass ceilings and obliterate unequal pay, which is great. That's Cheryl, and you'll hear more from us as we go along.
Thank you. I'm going to introduce Jerry. Just want to say a quick note. Barbara's a member of the Fearless Women Network. Joel is as well. It's open to men and women. So anyone interested in joining us, we're trying to shatter glass ceilings and obliterate unequal pay, as Jerry said, for women and minorities. So if you'd like to join, it's very simple. Just let me know. We'll add you to our email distribution list, and hopefully you'll come to our programs. So Jerry is in the National Litigation, his title is National Litigation and Trial Counsel at Blackwell Burke in Minneapolis, Minnesota. He represents domestic and international companies in the areas of product liability and class action defense matters. He came from Robbins Kaplan, where he was an associate, and he has a lot of community involvement around issues of diversity, which is one of the things we first talked about when we first met at an annual meeting. He's the president of Region 9 of the Hispanic National Bar Association. He's won a 2015 Rising Star Super Lawyers Award, was awarded an up-and-coming attorney recognition by a Minnesota lawyer. And I just love this quote that I saw that is from Jerry. I played a lot of team sports growing up. I was never the star, but thinking back, I'd like to say I made every team that I played on better. I think that's the case with every trial team here. If I'm the guy who needs to look at documents, I look at documents. If it's me who needs to try a case, I try a case. I will take any role demanded of me in a way that's helpful and constructive for the team. You know, every one of us wants to work with somebody like that. He's in the Fellows of the American Bar Association as a fellow. He's a 2010 riser recognized by the Hispanic Chamber of Commerce of Minnesota. And he's worked very hard in Minnesota to try to get Hispanic judges on the bench. There are very few. When he was the president of the Minnesota Hispanic Bar Association, there was a big push that they made to try to get more Hispanic judges on the bench. And they were successful. There had never been a Hispanic judge on the Minnesota Court of Appeals before this work, and now there is. They're still working very hard to try to get more, and this is from Jerry's own writing, that many have devoted a lot of time and effort to try to change the fact that Hispanic lawyers are being overlooked in law firms and in judicial positions, but people like him are out there trying to make that change. He came from the University of Wisconsin Law School and the University of Wisconsin-Milwaukee undergrad, where he had a BS in, I hope I pronounced this right, kinesiology.
Kinesiology.
Thank you. And so welcome, Jerry, to
Thanks.
the panel. Why don't you start us off with our
Sure.
first question?